Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at KASPA. This is going to be a lower time frame video. We do have our higher time frame video up above, so check that out if you haven't already. Let's get into the charts and see what's going on. Before we actually get into the lower degree counts here, what we're going to go over is some of those ideas that we talked about in the higher degree counts. Now, it is possible here that we are still looking for this fifth wave to the upside, and the common target area we're looking for this is this 09542 to this 058090. Now, this would be the most common area that we're looking for as a fifth wave. We do have some other targets here, which would be this 0.382, which we've already hit here. Now, we also do have this area here of this 0.618 at this 10 cents. And we also do have this 1-to-1 of the wave 1, which is sitting up here towards this 0.87516 area. So this would align with coming up back towards the top end of this channel. Now, we need to be a little bit careful here because technically speaking, this move has done enough as a fifth wave here to complete. Now, if this is completed, what we'd then be looking for effectively would be that this wave 3 is here and we could start to see a retracement for this wave 4 here. Now, the common zone that we'd be looking for here would actually be a little bit lower, which would be here towards this zone of this 20743 to this area here of this 12219. Now, that would be if we actually complete where we are. If, however, we see price look to push up higher here into this zone, we do have potential that this fourth wave target will also rise to the upside. So we need to be on the lookout for the fact that, this could complete here and we could start to see a bigger retracement, though this higher target is still open. Now, the other way we were discussing this is that this could also be just an A wave completed here, and we could be looking at a bigger corrective structure. So if we are looking at that potential, now it's not my primary way that I'm looking at it, but it is still technically possible that if this is A and we just have this as A, B, and C rather than a 5-wave move up here, and we look to reject from this 69360 to this 42750 area, we could still see a 5-wave move to the downside. Now, if we do see something along these lines, effectively a running flat target would be this 015450, and then we would have the lower target here of an expanding flat towards this 11340 to this 06873. So that would be our lower target. Now, like I said, this is not my primary expectation, but I am just watching it because at the moment we need to wait for that confirmation, that we have a completed structure here. Otherwise, we can just look at this as a potential, corrective structure up where this is A, B, and C. And effectively now what we've done is if I just change this onto the 12382 and the 1236, we have come up between this 1-to-1 and this 1236. So if this is looking to be just a corrective move to the upside here and we start to break down in a bigger 5-wave move, then we could look for that possibility that this could be a flat correction. But let's get into that bullish count and the way that we were looking at it in the previous videos. So what we were saying is there's a couple of ways we're looking at this. We were saying that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we were looking for this potential that this fifth wave was actually going to complete into this zone over here. But I do think that it is more probable, however, that this is actually where the third wave completed within the yellow count here. We were saying this is 1, 2, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up into here. This becomes 1, 2, 3 up into this high 4 and 5, and then effectively this is our additional fourth wave from this point as a triangle. Now, if this is the case, this could actually mark a completed move where we say that this move here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if this is a completed 5-wave move, if we are going to look to extend from this point, what we would be looking for is the potential of 3 waves down, looking to hold this 28257 to this 01842. Now, what we would want to see here is 3-wave structure back to the downside and then that continuation up. But now it's going to be very difficult to tell what is going on here because of the fact that we have that idea that the fifth wave can end here. If we just get a bigger 3-wave move to the downside, this would also align with just being that secondary fourth wave. So we're going to have to just watch how these counts develop here moving forward, because it is possible we could get something like this 1, 2, and then we see a bigger third wave to the upside, or alternatively we see a bigger fourth wave and then we just see another 5-wave move to complete. If we look at this slightly different, we're also talking about the potential that this could actually be 1, 2, 1, 2 here. And what we're saying is we're looking for this 51642 as a potential target to the upside, saying that if this is the third wave, ideally what we want to see is this 51642 get hit. Now, we have come up quite high here and we have almost reached that zone. Now, if we do actually look to break down here and we see a smaller 3-wave move to the downside, which still maintains this previous structure over here, I would be starting to look for the potential that this wave 3 and 4 could be playing out, in which case what we'd be looking for is a potential move down towards this 39654 to this 31410. Now, if we do see something like this, a 3-wave move to the downside here, we hold this previous 4th wave area. What we could then see is 5 waves to the upside, looking to target out this 6475 to this 055421 as a potential 5th wave area. Now, if we do see something along these lines, this would then align with the idea that this 5th wave has completed. Now, then what we'd have to watch for more confirmation that this move is correct is we'd have to then hold this zone again of this 41884 to this 028543 as our secondary 4th wave here, and then see an additional push up. So this is what we'd want to see if this is playing out. Now, it is also possible that this 3rd wave is still ongoing, so we can't rule that out until we start to see a bigger 4th wave develop, something in comparison to this. So that will be the main thing that I'm going to be looking for here, is a move that's going to be something like this, you know, a bit more substantial to match up with this as a wave 2. We're going to have to keep an eye on that and see how the move progresses. If we come in here into the smaller move that we've got at the top end here, there is potential here that we could see an additional push to the upside. So within the lower degree count here, we could have this as 1, 2, 3, this is 4, and looking for this 5th wave to the upside. Now, as long as we actually hold this 4, 2, 7, 8, 4, potentially we can still look for this 5th wave to the upside. Now, 5th wave target here would be this 52315 to this 50139. If we do see this in this way, where this move is actually just going to have a 5-wave move up like this, this would then align with that target area that we're just talking about at this 51642. So this is why I'm saying, you know, it's possible that we're still within this wave 3. We're going to have to see and wait for that confirmation of that 4th wave retracement to have a better understanding of where we are within this count. But we just also need to respect the fact that there is a way of counting this move to the upside here as a potentially completed structure. So if we see a move up into these higher levels here, and then we start to break down in a bigger way, then it starts to become less likely. So the key thing for me will be how we react from this point. If we hold this previous 4th wave, we can look for the blue 5th wave. If we start to break down deeper, then there's a couple of things that can still be going on here. So if we come back out onto the 4 hourly, if we start to have a bigger retracement from here, then either we can argue that we're still looking to extend out in a bigger way here, where effectively what we could say is that this move in itself is already looking to extend, and what we'd say is that we have 1, 2, 1, 2. This becomes another 1, 2, and then we see a much bigger move to the upside. The problem I have with this count, though, is that we would be able to just count that 5-wave structure. So if we do see a bigger 3-wave move to the downside here, we'd have to be careful, because either this is a 4th wave, we've completed a 5th wave here, we get a bigger 3-wave move down for that secondary 4th that we were discussing earlier, or alternatively, what we get here is that, you know, this becomes 1, we get a bigger wave 2, and then we look to push to the upside again. So I don't think that this count is that likely anymore. I will still be keeping an eye for it, but effectively would need to move up. After a retracement to the downside, we'd have to see quite a substantial move to the upside to validate this as a count. So it's yeah, like I said, it's not the most likely one in my opinion anymore. Either we're going to be having something like this, where we get this as a completed move here, we get that 4th wave down, or alternatively, you know, we still have a little bit more to go here. We get a smaller 4th wave, another 5th wave, another 4th wave, another 5th wave, and push up to that higher target that we discussed earlier in the video. If we do, however, see that bigger retracement, then like I said, either that's going to be a 4th wave, or potentially this is going to be another 1, 2, and then we're going to see that continuation to the upside. The only way that this would invalidate as a potential extension would be a drop below this 11659. So need to keep an eye on this as a potential for that, you know, extension to the upside if we retrace in a bigger way. Coming back in here and having a look at the CPR on the daily, what we can see is that we are currently below our central lines here. What we could then see today is the potential that if we continue to stay below this level, we could be attracted towards the S1 line, which is sitting here at this 42980, as well as that we do have the previous daily low sitting here towards this 43697. That will be an interesting area to keep an eye on as well. If we are looking at this as a bigger fourth wave here. We can potentially look to target this out to the downside in another 3-wave move, and then we could look to move to the upside. Targets for today to the upside would be this 48088 and 51019 and this 53191 as potential upside targets. Now if we come over here and have a look at the weekly pivots, what we can see here is that we are currently in between our R2 line and our R3 line. R3 line to the upside here is sitting at this 49365. So if we do see price actually look to push up here one more time this week, I will be keeping an eye on these levels, though price can look to actually push through these zones. So we need to always just bear that in mind. Price can look to push through these areas. If, however, we see price come back to the downside in a bigger way, potentially we could look to find support on this R1 line here, which is sitting at this 41031. So we're going to be watching that as a potential target. If we do during this week see a bigger sell-off to the downside, I will be seeing whether we manage to find support here at this 36965 and this 36155 as potential support within the central lines here. If we lose that, the next target to the downside would be this 32722. Now, if we come over here and have a look at the monthly CPRs, what we can see is that we have actually hit our R1 target. Now, if we do continue to reject off of this, we could potentially see price come back down towards these central lines. Central lines are sitting here towards this 36504. We have this 33454 and this 30581. If, however, we see price continue to push here and we get extension within this last wave here, potentially what we could then see is a target here of this 54229, and we have this target to the upside for this month at this 067661 as a potential R3 target. Now, if we do, however, throughout this month start to see price looking to retrace deeper, we lose these central lines, we do have the potential to find support lower down here at this 26062, and we'd really want to hold this level of this S1 line if we're going to continue to see this trending up. A move lower than this would be starting to make me worry a little bit that this move could actually be looking to complete. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.